Hello, it's Lance, and today I just want to talk about people that don't deserve help. You probably encounter these people throughout your life, maybe everywhere, school, work, and even your family members, is that just sometimes they just don't deserve help. So why would I say this? Because recently I had an experience that just got on my nerves a little bit, seeing that how these people, they don't care about anything, but they expect, and then as a result, they just screw their own lives over because they don't care about crap, and they expect people to take care of their problems for them. So these are the kind of people that don't know hardship and responsibilities, and they need to experience it to realize that, oh yeah, maybe I should stop relying on people and be a little more independent. So just the other day I was helping this guy with because his wife, the house that belongs to his wife, just broke. Like the roof was leaking, walls were tearing off, and her husband that loves her, meanwhile, but the wife doesn't love him. Like he just keeps doing crap for her, and it could have been bad if the tenants were assholey enough. They could have just sued her for mold infestation. But luckily the tenants were patient enough, and as a result she didn't get sued, but we had to fix it immediately. And I know this lady for a while. She's a gambling addict and she has a bunch of other problems of her own, but then she doesn't have to fix any of those problems because her husband will fix it for her. And this just annoys me, knowing that these kind of people exist. But you know, some people are just lucky. Like their relatives buy them a house, and then they could do whatever they want. All they had to do is put their hand out, and people put money in their hands, and they live a very easy life. And here's the thing with helping people: they just become reliant on you. They don't really think much. They eventually expect it, and it becomes a problem when you stop helping them, because they will start to resent you if you stop for any reason, even if you had a legitimate reason. They don't really care sometimes, and this is a problem for these people that don't deserve help. Obviously they've been helped, but they typically forget that you helped them an awful lot, and then if you stop, they just hate you for it. Like, what the heck? I told you to do this for me. I told you to go buy me food, but why you didn't? Now I'm gonna starve. It's your responsibility to take care of me, even though I owe you nothing, or you owe me nothing, and you're paying. You gotta think for me. You gotta pay my crap. You gotta fix my crap. You gotta do everything for me. What the heck? Some people just have this warped logic in their head, thinking that they are entitled for help, even though they don't deserve it. Granted, I'm not telling you guys to be completely heartless and not help anyone at all, but set boundaries. You gotta let the person know, hey, this is your job. You gotta do your own laundry. You cannot just tell them, you cannot just help them with everything, like even connecting to the Wi-Fi, because I've seen that before, and holy crap, it's such a hot mess. I saw, like, every day I went to school, I see this couple. This woman, she connects her phone to the Wi-Fi with the help of her boyfriend, and I'm just thinking how dumb you must be to not even know how to connect to the Wi-Fi, where every day you have to ask him to do it for you. Like, how far does it go, like, back at the house? And just thinking about all this crap just reminds me of a story back in high school. So back in high school, you know, around 16 years old, kids will start to drive because they got their dog shit pink slip or permit. And this one guy that I know, he got a permit, and he was able to get a car from his parents to drive to school. And then one day he helped this guy drive him to a place to sell drugs, and it's like, it's cool and all, but then eventually he starts expecting it, like, oh, okay, oh yeah, drive me to the corner store across the city, drive me to the bike shop in this district, and eventually he just starts expecting it. Then one day, where hell broke loose, my friend, he needs to drive his mom to the hospital, but then my friend's, like, let's just call him Kevin, all right? This drug dealer Kevin, he just didn't care at all that this guy, my friend, had to drive his mom to the hospital. The whole argument just sounds absolutely ridiculous, where he's like, what? I don't care about your mom. That's not my problem. You gotta drive me. Don't forget, I need a ride to this location. Like for some reason, like, that's his own son son or something. Like they're relatives, and his own mom is not as important as this guy that he only known for 2.5 months. It's so baffling to hear it. I was there at the time and on the phone, and he was just yelling at my friend, like, "What? Why aren't you driving me? Your mom. I don't care. Your mom dies. You gotta drive me to so I can sell more drugs to my other friends." And that was his logic. Like, apparently a guy you met that you've known for around 10 weeks is more important than your own mother. And I don't think they're even really good friends, but he just keep pestering my friend for rides, and my friend just didn't know how to say no. And yeah, after that incident where he just hang up on him and just drove his mom to the hospital, that guy, Kevin, he just decided to cause as much trouble for him as possible for a few weeks. Like, he would start rumors about him, and he would tell other guys, like, "Oh yeah, this guy said this about us, we should go jump him." And like, this is why you don't help people excessively, is because crap like this will happen. Is that some people are just off their noggin and they just resent you if you refuse to help them. And it happened to me too. Back in elementary school, I was the top student in my school, and I helped this kid cheat very frequently, but then eventually this kid just expects me to do everything for him, like cheat on his tests, do his classwork, and do his homework. When it happened once, and then I was doing his homework for him, and then he not even a spit of thank you. He just took it and handed it to the teacher. And then the second time, he just hands it to me again, and then he goes off to play with his friends, and then I just left it. I threw it away because I know this is pretty dog shit, and he hated me for it. Like, what the heck? Why didn't you do my homework? You're supposed to do my homework. And I told him, "Do I owe you anything?" And he just went silent. Like, this dumb kid just didn't know what happened. Like, why did this guy stop doing my homework for me? It was such a weird conversation, just hearing people think that they are entitled for people to do their stuff for them. And just know who to surround yourself with. If you're a strong and independent person, you probably want to make friends with people that share that same value as you. You don't want to make friends with people that are heavily reliant on you, because this is just not, like, people that share the same values as you is where you connect the best, ideally. But if you have these people that are just mega dependent on you, like they know you're rich and they expect you to pay for everything, like those kinds of friends, you should just not be friends with them. It's very simple, because it's the same situation. Like, they're just gonna hate you if you stop helping them. Because also, I know one of my richer friends, like, he's a musician. Like, all his friends expects him to pay for their everything. Like, they want to go to a club and they want to get drinks. Like, they expect my musician friend to pay for everything. And I just told him, stop hanging out with these guys. Just hang out with people that have the same values as you. He did that, and I don't know what happened to him since then. It's been over 8 years since I've seen him. And that's just life. You don't want to help these filthy swines, because they're just the worst kind of people ever. They're so lazy, and they're full of hatred. That's another bad thing. Like, those are the two worst combination to make a human: hatred and laziness. And if you're not careful of who you make friends with, you will be taken advantage of, and you will get hate for lacking in capability of carrying everyone's workload. Which is why you gotta be very careful of what kind of friends you make. Make sure they're strong, independent. I'm not gonna get into detail as to what kind of characteristics these people have, but overall, it's just, think about it this way: be a person that values your time, and make friends with people that value your time. And that way, it will be that's a pretty easy general rule to follow to make the right friends. Or just make friends that cares about you, because I have had friends that doesn't give a shit about me and only expect things from me, and ever since I turned away from them, life got a lot more better. Those people that I still sort of connect to also improved on their own lives, because they realize that instead of relying on someone to feed them, they start looking for food themselves, and they just gotten smarter over time. So yeah, just a life lesson that I thought I would share. See ya.